Storm Tracker 6. This is Forecast First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
The day began with a lot of rainfall and more scattered showers during the day, and that's adding up. Rainfall totals since midnight over 3/10 of an inch for Hillsdale as well as Lansing, 2/800 for St. John's, and a little over 2/10 of an inch in Grand Ledge. A look at the Doppler radar shows snow in the UP. Meanwhile, some snow showers not too far away from mid-Michigan, so things will be changing in a big way later this evening. Current temperatures were down to 36 in Muskegon, but still 51 for Lansing, 49 in Howell. That is the cold front. It is beginning to move through, so the winds will start to kick up as temperatures begin to fall tonight. Snow showers on the way, temps in the mid-20s tomorrow morning, and a much colder day on tap for tomorrow. 6 News at 5 starts right now.
WLNS is here for you with 6 News at 5.
President Trump gives a 1-month exemption to U.S. automakers from the round of tariffs that took effect yesterday. It's our top story at 5. Thank you for joining us. I'm Siobhan Klepfer. Sherry is off tonight. That exemption comes amid fears that the trade war could harm U.S. manufacturers and following a conversation President Donald Trump had with leaders of the big three automakers, Ford, General Motors, and Stellantis. Erica Brown has the latest from Washington.
One day after President Trump promised that all drug cartel members in America will be treated like terrorists,
every last one will be rounded up and forcibly removed from our country.
Vice President J.D. Vance and Trump's national security team toured the southern border.
The president said yesterday, I think it's maybe the most important part of his speech, is that we didn't need new laws to secure the border. We needed a new president.
Tuesday night, Trump also touted new tariffs against China, Canada, and Mexico.
If you don't make your product in America, however, under the Trump administration, you will pay a tariff.
But by Wednesday, the president paused those tariffs for cars coming in through the U.S. Mexico-Canada trade agreement.
Stellantis, Ford, and General Motors, they requested the call. They made the ask, and the president is happy to do it. It's a 1-month exemption.
The president continues to push forward with deep cuts to the federal workforce, promising to remove those who resist the changes.
The days of rule by unelected bureaucrats are over.
Elon Musk, the unelected head of Trump's efforts to slash the size of the government, met with Republican senators Wednesday. CBS News has obtained a letter outlining plans to cut more than 80,000 VA jobs by the end of the fiscal year.
Thousands of veterans across the country have been hurt by the extreme actions of Donald Trump, the Trump administration, Elon Musk, and MAGA Republicans. That's unacceptable.
Trump's efforts to cut spending did take a hit Wednesday when the Supreme Court reinstated a lower court order directing the administration to release money for foreign aid programs that it had tried to stop. Erica Brown, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
The Trump administration also announced today it is pausing the sharing of intelligence information with Ukraine. Ukraine has used U.S. intelligence to help fight the war against Russia from the very beginning. And this comes after the administration announced earlier this week that it would stop sending weapons to Ukraine. Meantime, Ukrainians shared their reaction to last week's argument between President Trump and President Zelensky. Many say they were outraged by the meeting. Rachel Ramsey spoke with a mid-Michigan Ukrainian woman who shared what she expects to happen next.
People are very upset. They also are fearful.
Margarita Stevens was living in Ukraine until 2020 when she moved to Lansing. She and her husband Andrew were outraged by the Oval Office meeting.
It was embarrassment.
Disgust watching it live. Watching how Zelensky was treated.
In 2022, the couple watched from America as Russia invaded Ukraine. Thankfully, they were able to get Margarita's parents who were in Ukraine to a safe place, but Margarita says she never thought the war would still be going on.
It's been over 3 years now, and the country is flooded with blood. It's very bad.
And after the recent argument, they worry for the future, with the United States pausing military aid to Ukraine.
It's going to get worse. It's going to be more victims. It's going to be more destroyed buildings, cities.
Now, the CIA is reporting that the U.S. has paused intelligence sharing with Ukraine as well.
That's something that has allowed Ukraine to stay in this fight. It has very little cost for us to share it with them. It's definitely a tactic, but you know, again, it's a tactic that's going to cost lives.
The couple says many Ukrainians feel the same way as them and are disgusted by Trump's treatment of Zelensky. I asked what the administration would need to do in order to redeem themselves in their eyes.
He can reconsider the way he kind of like treated Zelensky. I doubt he would apologize, but just changing the way he talks with Ukrainians and about Ukraine.
The two say they hope the countries can come to a mineral deal. Here for you in Lansing, Rachel Ramsey, 6 News.
As part of National Consumer Protection Week, Michigan Attorney General Dana Nessel is highlighting her office's ongoing efforts to fight illegal robocalls. According to the FTC's 2024 Do Not Call data book, Michigan residents filed more than 32,000 complaints to the agency last fiscal year. This figure remains consistent with 2023, but it follows a significant decline from 2018 to 2022 after what officials say was an aggressive crackdown. If you're targeted by robocallers, you can contact the state. You'll find a link to the website under the Scene on 6 section of our website, WLNS.com. From fewer robocalls to more access to education, that's what people were pushing for at the state capitol today on the 8th annual College Access Advocacy Day. Education advocates from across the state came together for the annual gathering for the Michigan College Access Network, or MCAN. The group is pushing for 60 by 30, an effort to get 60% of Michiganders a college degree by 2030 and break down barriers to post-secondary education.
The folks in the state who are not going to college are students of color, low-income students, and first-generation college-going students. So those are those students whose parents didn't go to college. But the data is also amazingly showing now that men are not going in high numbers like they used to. We've completely inverted, and now it is more women. So we do need to do more as a state to make sure we're taking care of our young men.
Officials say MCAN also works with partners statewide to increase college readiness, participation, and completion rates, particularly among low-income students, first-generation college students, and students of color. The college football season is just under now, 6 months away, and Michigan State's football team announced an exciting change to the upcoming schedule. Our 6 Sports Director Ian Kress is joining us now with the details. Hi, Ian.
Hey, Siobhan, for the second time in 3 years, Michigan State will play its regular season finale at Ford Field in Detroit. This year's game will be on Saturday, November 29th against Maryland. That is the same weekend of the MHSAA football state finals, so those games will now be played on Friday and Sunday this year. Some MSU football fans may remember last year's regular season finale at Spartan Stadium when the crowd was underwhelming and the temperature dipped below the 20s throughout the game. MSU Athletic Director Alan Haller shared with us today the potential weather for a game in late November did not play a factor into this decision. The experience of the game in 2023 showed the perks of playing in Detroit.
I talked to Coach Smith about it. Jonathan was really excited about it. The donor community really liked it. Our fans liked it. And most importantly, our student athletes really enjoyed the experience. Many of them have pro aspirations, and to be able to play in a pro stadium and it be your home game. And then the city of Detroit wrapped itself around this game a couple years ago. And so for me, it was a no-brainer. Originally, I said last time this was a one-off, but it was such a great experience for everyone involved. And I said, why not? Let's try it again.
One thing that is different about this year's decision compared to the one in 2023 is season ticket holders have not yet purchased their season ticket pass, whereas 2 years ago, season ticket holders had to go through the reimbursement process if they didn't want to attend the game in Detroit.
From Storm Tracker 6, this is Weather First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
The day started with a lot of rain and a lot of wind around this morning. Most of the day, though, winds are lighter, and we got a little sunshine here and there. A look at our peak wind gusts so far, which I expect these numbers to go up later tonight. 35 miles per hour for Lansing, 30 in Jackson, 36 in Adrian. Our current wind gusts, nothing too substantial out there. Everything generally between 15 and 25 miles per hour. Lots of stations not reporting because the winds are fairly light at the moment. So we look at Precision Cast wind gusts tonight, though, as we head into the overnight hours. Winds through, say, around 11 o'clock through 7 in the morning, probably gusting 30 to 40 miles per hour, maybe a little greater in spots. So it'll be very windy to start and much, much colder. As we progress through the midday hours, winds still quite gusty, 30 plus at around 2 o'clock. But then by tomorrow evening and tomorrow night, now the winds start to come down as that area of low pressure begins to push away from mid-Michigan. Our satellite and radar today shows still quite a bit of snow falling in the UP. In fact, there's the look in the Hancock and Houghton areas where it has been coming down fast and furious all afternoon while we've been in the mid-50s. So a tale of two different storm systems. Unfortunately, we're on the warm side of things for now. Precision cast through the evening hours, low pressure pushing away, a couple snowflakes possible, shouldn't be a big deal though. Cloud cover and wind tomorrow morning, but then as the day starts to wear on, winds get a little bit lighter, we get some sunshine. It's going to be cold, highs only in the mid to the upper 30s tomorrow, but it will feel a little bit better tomorrow afternoon as opposed to tomorrow morning where it's going to feel very, very cold. So we move into Friday, a little storm system we've been keeping a close eye on. All indications are this system will just kind of get close to the state line and then stay probably just south, but we'll mention the chance of a passing snow shower Friday afternoon just in case a few of those sneak a little bit further north, but we shouldn't have too many impacts from that storm system, and it's out of here as we head into the weekend. Our Skyview network clouds looking pretty ominous today. I was watching lightning strikes earlier, saw a few over towards Detroit, but none here in mid-Michigan, at least nothing substantial. 55 the high temperature, 51 the current, over 3/10 of an inch of rainfall in Grand Ledge. You notice we've got some raindrops falling on the lens. Temperature at 50 degrees after a high of 54, quarter of an inch of rain so far today. Here's the view on the Jackson Cam. Again, some wet weather out there. Temperature at 48 degrees. Today's high was 54. Our wind gust up to 30 miles per hour. Finally in Hillsdale, still feeling quite mild outside, sitting at 43 degrees after a high today of 51 and 3/10 of an inch of rainfall with a wind gust close to 40 miles per hour. A few other numbers. You can see where the cold air is starting to sweep in from the southwest. So these 50s will be pushed out of the area over the next couple of hours, and temperatures will begin to quickly drop later this evening. For tonight, overnight low 26 degrees. Any rain showers will change over to snow showers as they end. We're not going to see big accumulations here. Tomorrow's forecast, some sunshine, especially in the afternoon. High temperatures tomorrow, though, are going to be cold, only in the mid-30s, and winds 50 to 25, gusting 30 to 40. The 6-day forecast on Friday, chance for an afternoon snow shower, temperatures upper 30s. Then over the weekend, quiet, a few clouds Saturday, a little more sunshine Sunday. Spring those clocks forward 1 hour. Sunday morning, temperatures begin to warm. 50s Monday, 60s on Tuesday, near 60 on Wednesday with some rain showers. Then things start to clear out and get cooler, but not too terribly cold, with 40s returning by next weekend. And I guarantee you, after a couple days in the 60s, 40s will suddenly feel very cold.
True, but not as cold as, tomorrow, Friday, Saturday in the 30s. Notice that was the only 3 days with 30s, David, for the foreseeable future.
But after a day, a day like today in the 50s, and you jump into the 30s tomorrow, you'll feel it.
You absolutely. All right, David, thank you. Well, we here at TV6, we are getting ready, speaking of numbers, to celebrate our 75th anniversary this year, and we could use your help. So if you have any pictures or videos from back in the day, we set up a folder for you to upload your memories at WLNS.com/75. We would love to use them on the air, and if you're willing to talk about it on TV, let us know, and we'll try to get a hold of you.